Dondo doesn't want a brick, he wants Georgie whacked. Welcome back to Season 4, Episode 5 of Sons of Anarchy. This one is titled Brick. We've got a special guest, Dondo. Davey Hasselhoff.
Have you got a brick in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Well, there is somebody with a brick in their pants, but we'll talk more about that little thief when we get to it.
Well, we can actually talk to him pretty soon because he's the third fact, but we may as well kick off with fact number 1. First appearance of Rafi.
First appearance of Rafi, who in my opinion looks very similar to Caesar. No, not Caesar, the guy in season 3.
He does, doesn't he? I know who you're on about, but I tell you what, right? I think Rafi looks about 12. I know he's got the facial hair, but I think he could pass as like 12 if he shaved it off.
Pass a prospect.
He's one of my best soldiers.
Pass an embryo.
I did, but here we go. First and last appearance of Dondo. David Hasselhoff appeared.
You know what? Seeing you actually look back at Sons, he might not necessarily stick out, but when you rewatch it, you do realise that they've got some like big people on this show, like for one-off appearances. Obviously, we'd see Stephen King in season 3, David Hasselhoff in season 4. I mean, these are big name.
Marilyn Manson, I know he was in more than one scene, but
you know, there's some actually big celebrities that have been in this show.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Whereas mine's just didn't really.
I mean, there's probably more that were in it that I just can't really think of. I'm trying to think off the top of my head that other celebrities that were in this. I can't really recall any. Can you think of any?
No, I was probably thinking of them when we rewatch it. Like,
was that the one that was in season 7? I think what's her name? Courtney Love. She was Kurt Cobain's wife.
Aye.
So she was in. I mean, there's more as well. I mean,
she's in the Scream
Robert
series
Patrick as well. People like that, man. Aye, she was. Yeah, pretty sure she was. But anyway, first and last appearance of Dondo. I like David Hasselhoff. I've no issues with him. He was good in SpongeBob movie. He was good in Baywatch. He's not really anything else I can really recall. Like, but
no, you brought up Robert Patrick, right? And the guy seems like a massive character in the Mayan/Sons universe. But he's had 4 scenes. In my calculations.
Yeah.
He's had 4 scenes across both fucking shows.
Well, in the Sun season 6, he had more than one scene. He shows up and then he helps them deal with their Nazi problem. So I think he has like about 3 scenes in that episode.
You sure?
He definitely does.
Alright, fair enough.
Definitely does. And then our final fact, we kind of referred to it earlier, but first member to steal. Who are we referring to? We're referring to Juice, because we were going to do first member to rap, but technically Shebs has already did it. Jax has kind of already did it because, I mean, the whole club was on board. But you know what? Juice has actually stole for the club here. He stole a brick.
If you were basing this on mines, who would be the first club member to rat? Because they're all fucking rats at the beginning.
Yeah, and they're all stealing. They're all stealing some of that cheddar. But we do kick off this episode with Otto. Otto's devastated. He got given some A4 sheets of paper last time out, and he realised Luann's dead.
The real letters.
The real letters, and he basically confronts Gemma and is like, you tell Clay, what would it feel like if he lost the one he loves the most? Probably, for Clay, it would probably be a duffel bag full of cash or guns or drugs. Or his hands, not really Gemma, but I think Gemma gets the point here, and basically, I was going to say he's dobbed Bobby in it, but Bobby's guilty in terms of sleeping with Luann. He didn't necessarily kill her, but at this point, what is Otto to believe?
How's he dobbed Bobby in it? Bobby dobbed himself in it.
No, he did dob him in, but he refused Bobby.
Dobbed himself in Luann as well.
Like, obviously we know Bobby didn't kill her, right? But see, from Otto's perspective, is it really unfathomable that the club could have known that Bobby killed Luann? They're like, well, there's not really much point us killing Bobby.
Because Bobby's more valuable to us than...
He's the secretary. Otto's locked up, realistically, never getting it.
See, I think that's kind of flawed when you think about it, because I think the club would favour Bobby over Otto. Even though Otto's inside and doing as much shit for the club as he possibly can.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And Bobby's definitely in the wrong here. And what's the clause about, I think you can, if their husband's inside or something, you can cheat on them?
Well, Luann said that. I don't know if that's true, though. Is that just her fucking making that up? I mean, porn director / star, I can't exactly take her fucking word. Point is, Bobby shouldn't have did what he did, but he did, so we move on. But he didn't kill her, so it's alright, buddy. But Otto wants whoever did dead, and I think that's a fair request.
Yeah, but I mean, was it not a bit sleazy for Bobby? Well, he also cheated the club as well. Well, because she was stealing. She was cooking the books. and he withheld that information for the club in order to get sex from her.
Well, that's the thing. If the club, well, if Clay knew about fucking Bobby
Hold on, what's worse? What's worse, that or what Riz does in Mayans? Because he got stripped of his secretary patch. And I think you could definitely argue...
Imagine giving the secretary patch to Angel.
A dipshit. They probably can't count.
It's like giving it to fucking Miles.
No, but I mean, what was worse?
Obviously.
Is Bobby's allowing her to undercook the books and get away with it?
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Or even if he put a stop to it right then, he still withheld that information for the club. So he could get a benefit out of it. So I don't know.
I mean, obviously, Otto does get to confront Bobby later on this season, but I would like to see what Otto would have did. If, say, he got released, would he just fucking walked up and battered Bobby? I think he would.
Aye, well...
But he's also by the club, so I think he might not. I would know it. I think Otto was great, and he was great inside, but I would have liked a few episodes of the guy outside.
It would have just been weird, wouldn't it?
It would have been weird, but I would have just liked to have seen Kurt Sutter with a patch on, instead of, like, the photos that we get to see in, like, few seasons' time. But anyway, he wants the murderer killed. We all think it's Georgie Caruso, but anyway, who will it be? Only time will tell. Samcro are going to discuss it, but first we have to drop off the coke to Alvarez, to which Alvarez then tells his men to stay behind, and Jackson's like, hey, yes, I think you're leaving one too many burritos behind, man. I don't get Samcro's beef here. If Alvarez wants a few of his guys to like back up Samcro by guarding the salsa, then what's the problem? More the merrier. This makes Samcro look suspicious to me. Like they've got something to hide.
Yeah, like if the shoe was on the other foot, wouldn't Clay want some of his guys on it?
Yeah, and then Clay's like, you can have one guy. I just don't. It's almost like they're in with juice. It's almost like, yeah, we need to steal a wee brick here.
And like
they're in, no, but this isn't like like the tensions between the two crew it's done. Like they're on great terms. They're fucking working with the cartel here.
And you know what I don't get. Who is Clay to turn? Well, he's the president. Like, but who's Clay to turn around and say one guy? I mean, at the end of the day, is the cartel going to complain? Would the cartel have anything against Mayans keeping a couple of bodies behind?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could argue is the location, right? Is Samcro's location. Clay got it for Elliot, but we've seen loads of times, like, with Samcro turn up at Mayan locations. It's not like, yeah, you only allowed one guy in here.
No, but they're working together. Just, I don't know, it didn't make any sense to me to limit them to one guy. Plus, based on the history of the two crews, would Rafi really feel comfortable being behind on his own?
Yeah.
I know you could argue, oh, they're working with the cartel, they're not going to try anything, but I don't know. Like, so let's say something did happen. Like, they could easily frame Rafi.
Yeah,
See, to be honest, like, I mean, Happy's best bet. Not Happy, I mean, sorry. Juice's bet. I know we're fast forwarding a bit here. I mean, Juice's best bet might have just been killing Rafi and pinning the blame on him.
Yeah, I know, but he never really intended to kill anyone, but I know what you mean. It probably would.
No, he didn't, but surely Juice knew that something was going to happen. What did Juice think was going to happen? Spoiler alert, hold on. The guy takes a brick and he thinks they're just going to let it go.
Well, you see, he didn't plan on sleeping in. That's what done Juice in. That's the problem. But I mean, imagine sleeping in after stealing a brick. We're one brick light, brother. Well, you know what? The crates are locked up in the gun room and no one's allowed in. But right, so you thought about this. Where's the keys? Who had the keys for the gun room?
So when Juice gets there, it's like it's padlocked. But he opens the padlock. He goes inside. He takes the brick. He fucking fat ass comes up and tries to talk to him.
I feel lonely.
Says he feels lonely. Just is like, get outside and guard the front. Then we see Juice come back out and he locks it. The padlock, he locks it again. So where did he get this key from? We didn't see him take a key from the big man. But at the same Filthy Phil. But at the same time, I highly doubt just leave the key hanging around. I highly doubt there's a key for this room with a padlock and it's just like hung on the wall or something like that.
Normally with padlocks, it's a code you have to type in. Maybe like the high-ranking members know it or something. Or not that Juice is like the highest high-ranked member, but you get my point. But I mean, this isn't really what got I guess the problem is really that Juice is actually willing to take this because we do see him meet with Roosevelt, and Roosevelt's like, You're pushing blow from my county, boy. They're all gonna seize black. Black this, black that. Roosevelt, when he speaks to Potter, doesn't really want to use the black leverage, but you're already in here, Roosevelt. I mean, you're gonna have to use the black leverage, so... I mean, what did he think, right? Potter getting him to tell Juice that they know about his black daddy's secret was going to end up in. They were obviously going to use this as leverage.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of banter.
I mean, yeah, I just didn't get this. Like, what did Roosevelt... Yeah, I get Roosevelt's point here. A black sheriff leveraging race. But what else were they going to use?
They've already leveraged the race.
Yeah.
They've already leveraged race by bringing up his dad as black. So, I mean, you've already committed to leveraging the race. I mean, it is what it is.
You know what, though? It was a very heavy sit-down episode. We do have the club discussing around the table that Roosevelt didn't say whose DNA they found on Luan, but yeah, their case has been reopened, and by God, something is going to happen here, because guess what? Bobby's, like, looking around here nervously. And no, I don't get, why did Clay and Jax keep this for the rest of the table?
Well, Jack says it's to protect Bobby.
But what would the rest... Surely the rest of the club being on board... But it does nothing.
Maybe they just think the rest of the club would think poorly of him.
Yeah, but who? Who's honestly going to fucking, like, have a problem with what he's done?
People who's got loyalty to Otto.
And who are they?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but you get the vibe that, like, only Clay and Jax know.
I get the vibe that Jax and Clay don't really give a shit.
Are you trying to tell me Tig and Chibs and Opie are going to... You think Piney, who's neck deep in fucking leverage and letters, is going to give a rat's ass? But Luan or Bobby?
No, but I don't know. Maybe
Of course he's not, but they think it's Georgie Caruso, so you know what, we're going to get a 20 on him. Meanwhile, Piney slaps the stacks of cash out of Clay's hand. He's like, I want out of the drug business. Goes into some very, detailed memories about the letters, and Clay kind of realises here, only me and JT knew that, and JT's dead, buddy. So, I like this scene, but I think Piney's laid it on a bit too thick. I think he had to ease in with the leverage. Not just put the cards on the table and say...
Basically just blurts it out. I've got the letters, I know everything. Kill the deal.
It's a goddamn cartel. Can't just walk away from a deal, man.
That's what Clay's smart enough to know that he can't just walk away. So what was the end game? How was the club ever going to get out?
True, but I guess...
Or was Clay just going to get out of the club and not give a fuck if they got out the cartel?
I guess the problem is, though, Piney wants the deal to be done now. I guess short term in terms of a deal would mean like 6 months or something. That's the problem. But Piney says either way he gets what he wants. Either way they get out the deal with the cartel, or Clay gets out it with the letters. Again, say Clay actually gets them out the cartel. You try to tell me Piney with this new knowledge and leverage over Clay wouldn't go to Jax anyway?
So what you say, you're thinking Clay's in a no-win situation here?
No, I would say so too. Like, Piney's always hated Clay and he would always want him at that seat. And now he's got the proof he wants.
Is Piney not a man of his word?
Oh, I'd say he is. That's the only thing I would say. But, like, what would Jax do if he found out that Piney had this leverage this whole time and didn't tell him?
Well, Piney does say to Clay he gets what he wants either way.
Yeah.
Tells Clay it's up to him.
It's up to him, and he says, you think about slitting my throat, I have contingencies in place if anything happens, buddy. So yeah, Clay's been told here, and then Clay speeds off to Unser, drops off a newly refurbished bike. Unser's like, oh, what do I owe you? Clay's like, nothing, brother. And then he's like, you know what you owe me, actually? You need to go to fucking Tara and get the letters. You need to get the letters. The letters. And then, as Clay's leaving, you've got Gemma rolling in. We do have a pretty great quote for Unser saying, contents could embarrass, contents could cripple. What's Unser going for here? I'm sorry. It's as great as the quote is. Like, it's not like JT's letters is like, Clay used to fucking work in fucking 7-Eleven.
No, I know. If it was a matter of just embarrassing them, would Clay really be driving up to Unser's with a purpose and giving them a bike for free? But no, I think the fact that Clay's at Unser's means it's serious and he needs his help.
No, I mean, did he mean by it could embarrass, like, the letters, like, went into, like, great detail that, like, Clay, committed adultery by sleeping with Gemma while she was still married to JT? I guess that could be considered embarrassing, but is that not pretty much out in the open anyway? I mean, Gemma, I didn't even try to hide at the end. John was a bastard. So, I mean, what really could this embarrass be? It's far more on the cripple scale than the embarrass scale.
No more embarrassing than what Bobby's currently doing, is it?
Well, that's very true, but we do have Gemma shows up, and Gemma's like, you know what, Wayne, I know you're fucking lying. And essentially, Wayne's been put into a rock at a hard place here. He's been told by one person to get the letters, and he's been told by another person to get the letters. But Gemma tells him, if you get the letters, no matter what you do not give them to Clay. Why would this be? I think the only way this would be is if Clay reads the letters, then he realizes like how serious the threats are.
Threats from what?
Well, if the letters is just like, bullshit, then Clay would.
Well, if Clay reads them, is that not maybe arguably better? Because then
it's
he
not
knows
up for imagination. True.
Then he knows that he has to do what Penny's telling him. Plus, Penny's already gave him information that he kind of knows only him and JT would know. I don't really see how it benefits anybody.
Also, see all this business though about JT wanted the gun business and he set up a meet. Would Piney not have knew this back in like 1992? What was Piney doing back then? Was he at the cabin?
Drinking at the cabin?
Honestly, he likes that gimmick fucking lot, drinking at the cabin.
I wonder if Penny was a better club member back in the day. Do you think he was actually more active and he was actually present and at the table more often?
Has he always been done?
Or has he always been this guy that's just disappeared from time to time and went to the cabin to drink for weeks on end?
We'll have to wait and see. We also have a scene between Clay and Gemma. I think this is the first time Clay and Gemma properly acknowledged that Clay actually did kill JT. I'm not. Is it? I'm pretty sure it is. So it's pretty groundbreaking. But it's there's no like actual 100% guarantee who actually killed him. Is it either Clay, sabotaged the bike, or did Law Senior sabotage the bike, or did JT actually want to kill himself? What do you think it is?
It's actually contradicted itself. I mean, at first you're led to believe that Clay and Gemma had a hand in it, but then later on, newsflash, jury says that basically
he's suicidal, but
JT had enough and he just wanted out.
They wanted a double murder suicide. Well, I think that's.
Although maybe I think what jury's saying is that JT knew that maybe the bike had been messed with and he just rode it anyway.
So Clay and Gemma had an assisted suicide rather than a murder.
Possibly,
that's what we're going for. But no, right, enter Big Dondo. What did you make of Dondo's appearance here?
Yeah, it was alright. I've never been a big fan of David Hasselhoff, but he has an iconic face. I guess
he's a big guy. Isn't he? He looks like David Coulthard.
He does look like David Coulthard.
Dude, Davies.
I could see him with a cut on. You could see him sitting around the table.
I could see him being a president of a fucking job or charter, to be honest. Right. No, my problem with this scene is it's actually before it. It's when Opie discovers birth control pills, right? He has like a hissy fit about this. I can kind of understand why, but you could literally just tell that I don't want you fucking working here anymore. That's it. Bang. Good night. You're my wife. You're not working here.
I don't think that's what he really had the problem with. It was the birth control pills, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the point is, she's like using it. She's working here. I think he could have fucking sat her down and said, "I don't want you working here anymore, and let's have a kid." I know she could still use these, but it's. I think it's mad that he's got much more of a problem with her not wanting another kid than actually working here.
Well, that is the problem. So your solution doesn't really fix anything.
No, but I think Opie's a bit pathetic how he dances around the real problem for me, which is the fact she still works here.
But that doesn't seem to be the real problem for him.
Yeah, but I think for us, we've discussed it before. That
yeah, I know, but his problem is that he wanted a kid and she's obviously been lying to him the entire time. Whether she works at this porn club or works at McDonald's is irrelevant.
Yeah, point is...
No, but you're bringing up... No, it's not that I don't agree with you, but that's got nothing to do with him finding the birth control pills. Absolutely nothing to do with that, where she works.
True, but
why would Opie telling her, like, I don't want you doing porn anymore? How's that? That's not going to magically take away the fact that she's been on these pills.
No, my point is, I find it amazing that he can deal with that. All right, but this was like the final straw.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad for me. He went and slept with Lila, so
no, that's my point.
Seems like a win-win for me.
Why didn't he? Well, you're in the porn business, so why can't I just sleep around like you do in the set? Sort of deal, but no, it was no. You're on pills, damn it, fuck you. But I guess Opie wants the kid so badly, he'll get it.
That's actually crazy though, right? She is like sleeping around, and I'm sure it's not just female shit she does. I'm sure she does stuff with guys too, and it's like Jax is trying to tell Opie like, "What you doing? You got a family now?" It's like, hold on, man. Jax is having a go because even though he found Opie doing the same shit he was doing, like in season 2, it's like, what's Jax is saying that Opie can't sleep around, even though that's like the culture of like these clubs where the guys do sleep around as long as they don't bring it back to their old ladies. Like that's like the culture.
Yeah.
But Jax is like not happy with Opie for sleeping with a porn star, even though Layla or Lila, no, what's her name?
Lila?
No,
I'm
Lila does it on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she doesn't do it with men, right? But the point is,
That's
she
what I
still
mean.
does it.
Opie slept with Ima, not Lila, by the way.
Yeah, but that's it. To wrap this up, my point basically is like, it's hard to believe that he's got such a problem with her taking birth control pills, but the porn stuff's fine.
Well, I don't think it. We did see the Japanese people who wasn't too happy. Like,
Oh, but no, but when I say it's fine, it's like this is like the final straw, but all that other shit's like, well, it's under.
no, but it's two different things.
No, it is two different.
Not, I mean, you're talking about her employment and him wanting a family. That's two different things.
Yeah, but I think him cheating on her is a bit unnecessary. He could more confront her about it. If he's too afraid to ask her to leave her job, could you not be like, well, why are you on the pills here? I thought we were going to have a kid.
Well, hold on. Tara wasn't taking any pills, and fucking Jack slept with that old bitch, didn't he? So the rest in bitch face. So what's your point there?
Yeah, but we'll get to that bridge when we get to that. Well, I'm not saying Opie's pish and Jax is great. I think Jax is probably worse for what some of the shit he's done. But hey, we'll get to it at a later date. Georgie has been kidnapped here. Dondo's like, Llewellyn taught me more than I was just a big dick. Which I thought was a good line, but not quite quote the episode for Dondo. Imagine he got quote the episode.
Could have been like his one and only appearance.
It could have been, but it wasn't. Georgie looks like it's game over for him. But then he mentions money, and then Dondo's like, yeah, big Jap and fisters. And then Clay's fucking hairs go up. His arthritis disappears. He hears about all the money, and he's like, maybe we could keep Georgie a bit longer. And this is like, even though this is Bobby's problem, and Clay says, you know what, Bobby? What are you going to tell Otto? You're going to tell him that we need him alive. What do you think? What do you think? Who's in the wrong here?
I don't think it's Clay for two reasons, right? Or three reasons, actually. Four reasons.
Four? Fuck, alright.
Like, Clay, it's not Clay's fucking problem. Clay never slept with Luann.
Yep.
Right?
One, that's fair enough.
And Clay didn't kill Luann, so this is not his problem. Two, if he thinks keeping Georgie alive can be beneficial to the club and the investors in Charming Heights, then you can make a case that he's looking out for the club and he's putting the club first. Therefore, I think he's in the right to do that. Thirdly, he's not really directly lying or hurting Otto because he's told Bobby to tell Otto the truth. He never says, oh, lie, just tell him you've killed him anyway. He never has done that. He says, look, at this moment in time, for the club, we need to keep him alive. But when that time that we don't need him alive comes, we'll do it. So I think what Clay said there is absolutely fine. He's not trying to lie to Otto. He's going to tell Otto the truth. And fourth, Bobby just goes and does completely what Clay didn't want him to do. And he lied to Otto. And that just caused the whole shit when Otto found out the truth. So, I mean, Bobby's the one that caused all this. It's all Bobby's fault.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would defend Bobby and say, oh, Bobby's like the rightful compass throughout this show. But this is Exhibit A.
Well, rightful, you shouldn't have slept with Luann. So, you know what I mean? But you're bashing Opie here for... So, Opie sleeping with Lila, or Ima is pish, but Bobby fucking more or less blackmailing Luann, even though she offered it first, like, but still, he was sleeping with her and keeping her secret safe about the club.
I think Bobby's pish for doing this. I'm just playing devil's advocate, because guess what, guys? We put it up for a poll. Who was bad? Well, I mean, it's basically Bobby. Did he make the correct decision, yes or no? For me, he didn't do the correct decision. He should have just told Otto the truth, because essentially, him telling Otto this is what leads to Otto flipping.
And another thing, we've no proof that Georgie done it.
At this point, yeah, we don't.
We've no proof.
All we know is she should get beat up and Like, Georgie doesn't even admit to it here. But anyway, guys, Georgie's kept alive for a wee bit longer. And we met, you know what, back to the birth control more than that. See when he tells Jax about that, Opie? Jax is like, Jesus Christ. He reacts like someone fucking died. Wait till they hear about the abortion.
Jesus.
No, but back to this, like, maybe Opie's reaction's justified, because see when Jax gets told here, Jax takes this like somebody fucking died.
He doesn't take it well, like...
We know in America...
Bullet to the club of the heart.
We know in America, like, the whole abortion topic's fucking pretty heavy, and you know that maybe the club's really fucking big on that shit, so who really knows? Unser then puts his baseball cap on and watches Tara leave the house.
Right, because they all seem very religious to me, like...
They're great guys, buddy. But anyway, we cut back to the warehouse. Like we say, Juice goes in, he steals the brick, he then leaves, falls asleep, wakes up. What happens? We've got the morning after, he runs back... But then he's like, shit, everyone's there, I have to hide the brick again. He does. We begin to count the bricks. And then we're like, where's the other brick? We're one brick light, brother.
Should be 29 keys here.
No, Alfred.
No, there should be 30 keys here. Well, there's only 29. And then the camera pans around everybody in attendance and there's some spick just looking at Juice. It's like, was it you?
No, it's funny though because, like, obviously there's 30 bricks. Chips points out the fact they're one brick light, and then Alvarez is like, 29. Well, no fucking shit.
Okay. No, that's 27, you stupid fucking burrito munching bastard. You know what?
Fucking racism there for Chips. What was that all about? Anyway, I like the ending. You like, just tries to blend into the wall. They do a good job with that. But anyway.
I know, but hold on. Doesn't all Rafi have to do is say, hold on, that specific, suspicious looking guy in the back came last night?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about the next episode, but when he does say that...
But hold on.
Then Juice calls Alvarez a douchebag.
But we didn't see any Filthy Phil wasn't fucking in it. I mean, we didn't see Filthy Phil or Miles go in this room. We seen Juice go in this room. We know that Juice was in here. Filthy Phil seen him. And Rafi seen him.
True, but...
And this is the problem, why I just don't think the Mayans should have only left one guy. Because Rafi could easily get stitched up here.
Yeah, no, like, literally, because...
Let's say it was Opie stealing that, and let's say Miles was still a prospect. Would fucking maybe, if Miles knew the truth, would Miles maybe no cover for him?
Jesus, you took it. I know. No, that's the problem they have, though, because, like, Samcro are going to back their own over Rafi. They can shove the whoever took it, don't matter mine or son. No, it does matter.
No, I think Clay and Jackson, maybe not Clay, like he's a bit corrupt. No, but I think more senior members wouldn't. I don't think they'd tolerate this.
No, but yeah,
I think a more impressionable, like maybe someone who's just in, or a prospect, would be willing to maybe lie.
To bend the rules a wee bit.
To back their own member.
Not true.
Just could be like, you tell this lie for me, fat boy, and I make sure that there's a big chair at the end of the table with your name on it. With a big bowl of cereal.
A mixing bowl with...
No, but do you know what I mean?
Frosties on
I just think Rafi was fucking set up for failure here.
No, me too, but this is where the episode ends. Just tried to blend into the wall like a chameleon. He actually looks like a bit of a chameleon, doesn't he? Uh-huh. No, he looks like a xenomorph with the fucking shape of his skull.
Maybe the brick blend into the wall. Check the walls for that 30th kilo, buddy. Oh man, right, well, we'll find out, guys, what happens next time. But we've got some.
We've got to rate our episode first. I'm going to give it a 7. I thought a lot of the dialogue was brilliant. I just think even Sons has like an action-free episode, it's still good.
I'll give it a 7, but I think I'm being a little bit generous giving it a 7.
Generous?
Aye.
Fair enough. Right, MVP.
No, some of the dialogue's great, but it didn't feature a lot of the club. It did feel a bit filler to me. The letters and I don't know, the letters and Unser going back into his doing more police work when he's retired than he ever done.
I know, but you say filler. His letters really filler because it's like
no, I mean
it's Clay turning heel.
It's not really filler, but I don't know. It's just not.
I know, but it can't move at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Piney can't leverage Clay. Clay just fucking whips out a shotgun and kills him in the clubhouse.
Motherfucker's Clay, who knows?
Instead of Piney lying up at the cabin for 3 weeks, he's lying in the fucking chapel.
Put him in the safe for the rest of his money.
Anyway, MVP's Clay. Was anyone else in the conversation for MVP?
Maybe Unser for his wee
Unser was quite good, and then the quote contest got embarrassed. I liked it.
That was good. It was good
I mean, I think it was quite an idiotic thing to say for Unser, but I mean, come on.
Content's good embarrass.
I think Unser's
Content's good cripple.
I think Unser's very underrated when it comes to comedy. I think he comes out with some fucking belters.
It reminds me of Jim Ross.
Yes.
You know, he's got a really, really dry sense of humour, and he know it.
Turns out he wasn't dead. He got up and left. That'll be quotes soon.
Some people just don't appreciate it.
Yeah, he's the fucking man. He's top man on, so sadly he'll never get that top
Maybe he
rocker.
should have been number one.
Maybe he should have been number one, guys. But anyway, it's a 7 out of 10. Look at yes, looking decrepit, looking dead. But until next time.
So he's telling us to watch Fear the Walking Dead here so we can get him in action.
Can't wait with that wee lasso. But anyway, guys, till next time. Peace.